Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, walking to your kitchen counter, and realizing that a single piece of metal sitting in your change jar is the key to early retirement. For most people, a 1976 Bicentennial Washington quarter is just a nostalgic souvenir of America's 200th birthday, adorned with that iconic colonial drummer. But for the elite hunter, it represents a ghost in the machine of the United States Mint. We are talking about a coin so rare, so elusive, and so valuable that its current market valuation has soared to an incredible $985,000. This isn't just pocket change. It is a winning lottery ticket disguised as common currency. You've likely spent hundreds of these throughout your life, perhaps tossing them into vending machines or tip jars, never realizing that the absence of one tiny letter, a mint mark, could be the difference between a mundane Tuesday and a life of absolute financial freedom. The fear of missing out is real because, as we speak, these coins are circulating through the hands of the uninformed. Every day that passes is another day that a potential million-dollar treasure is buried in a shoebox or lost behind a sofa cushion. You have worked hard your entire life, paying taxes and building a future. But what if the ultimate shortcut to a wealthy lifestyle has been sitting in your top drawer for decades? This is the urgency of the hunt. The market for rare American numismatics is exploding, and the demand for the no-mint mark bicentennial era is at an all-time high. Why settle for a modest savings account when you could be holding a masterpiece of American history that collectors are desperate to own? Let's be honest, wouldn't you rather be the one selling the coin than the one who accidentally spent it on a pack of gum? The anatomy of a masterpiece. To understand why this specific 1976 quarter is worth nearly $1 million, we have to look at the glitch in the system. Normally, quarters struck at the San Francisco Mint for proof sets carry the S mint mark. However, a legendary error occurred where a handful of these coins were struck without that mark, yet they possess the deep, mirror-like finish of a proof coin. This isn't your average, scratched-up circulation quarter from the Philadelphia Mint, which also has no mint mark. No, this is a sophisticated rarity, a coin intended for excellence that emerged with a unique identity crisis that makes it priceless. It is the perfect storm of human error and aesthetic perfection. If you find a 1976 quarter that looks like a mirror, with frosted details and a striking cameo effect, but that S is nowhere to be found, you aren't just looking at an error. You are looking at a blue-chip investment. Is it really that easy? Can I just find one and buy a yacht? Well, if it were that easy, everyone would be doing it, and we'd all be sipping cocktails on the French Riviera by noon. But the truth is, the demand for these errors is driven by the most affluent collectors in the world who view these coins as hard assets, more stable than the stock market. These buyers don't just want a coin. They want the prestige of owning something that shouldn't exist. This is where your authority as a seller comes in. By identifying the specific technical characteristics, the sharp rim, the proof-like luster, and the missing mint mark, you elevate yourself from a casual hobbyist to a serious player in the high-stakes world of rare coin trading. Every detail matters when you are chasing a $985,000 payday. The connection between historical significance and modern wealth is what makes the 1976 bicentennial quarter the ultimate prize. During the mid-70s, the U.S. Mint was pumping out billions of coins to celebrate the nation's independence, which makes the survival of a rare error even more miraculous. It is like finding a needle in a haystack, but the needle is made of solid gold and comes with a deed to a mansion. As we move forward, think about the legacy you want to leave. Are you the person who let opportunities slip through their fingers? Or are you the one who took the time to inspect the details and claim their seat at the table of the wealthy? The excitement of the discovery is only matched by the thrill of the auction, where the gavel falls and your life changes forever. Claiming your wealthy future. The journey from discovery to a $985,000 payout requires a decisive mindset. The current market is hungry, and the no-mint mark 1976 Washington quarter is the great white whale that every major auction house wants to feature on their front cover. This is your moment to transition from the daily grind to a lifestyle characterized by luxury and security. Imagine the doors that open when you have nearly $1 million in liquid capital from a single coin. You aren't just selling metal. You are selling a piece of the American dream that has been validated by the highest authorities in numismatics. The demand is not just high, it is feverish. Investors are looking for tangible wealth, and your coin is the ultimate answer to their search. As you look through your collection today, do so with the eyes of a professional. Don't look for excuses. Look for the evidence of a fortune. The sophisticated collector knows that rarity is the mother of value, and there is nothing more rare than a bicentennial proof that escaped the mint without its signature. This is the ultimate pattern interrupt in the world of money. A break in the cycle that creates immense value for the few who are brave enough to seek it out. You have the knowledge, you have the motivation, and now you have the target. The 1976 NOS Washington quarter is waiting to be found, and the person who finds it will be the one who redefined their destiny with a single glance at a 25-cent piece. So, what is the next step on your path to $1 million valuation? You must secure your collection and begin a systematic review of every bicentennial coin in your possession, looking for that specific mirror finish and the absence of the S mark. The clock is ticking, and the market is ready to pay premium prices for top-tier errors. If you want to dive deeper into how to get your coins professionally graded to ensure you capture every bit of that $985,000 value, would you like me to guide you through the process of submitting your find to the top grading services in the country? Imagine for a moment that the small, clinking weight in your pocket or the dusty jar atop your dresser isn't just loose change, but a dormant golden ticket to a life of absolute financial freedom. You have spent your life working hard, building a legacy, and looking for that one definitive break that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Most people walk right past a fortune every single day because they haven't been trained to see the invisible marks of wealth. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on a specific piece of American history that has the numismatic world in a state of absolute frenzy. The 1980 Washington quarter bearing the P mint mark. While millions of these coins were minted, a select few carry a structural DNA so rare that they have transcended their face value to become high-stakes assets. We aren't just talking about a few $100s for a rainy day. We are talking about a documented market value reaching a staggering $974,000. If that number doesn't make your heart race, you might want to check your pulse, or better yet, check your change before you spend your retirement at a vending machine. The urgency of this moment cannot be overstated because the market for elite-grade U.S. coinage is currently experiencing a vertical surge. Wealthy collectors and private investors are aggressively hunting for the one, that perfect storm of a mint error and a pristine strike that defies the laws of circulation. You might feel a slight chill of fear wondering how many of these you've already let slip through your fingers over the last 40 years. But let that fear transform into laser-focused excitement. This isn't just a hobby for the elite. It is a treasure hunt where the map is printed on the very currency you hold. Have you ever looked at George Washington on that 1980 quarter and wondered why he looks like he's keeping $1 million secret? Well, he is. The P mint mark, representing Philadelphia, was actually a new addition to the quarter in 1980, marking a transition in American history. But within that transition, a series of catastrophic and beautiful errors occurred that created a handful of coins worth more than a luxury estate in the Hamptons. To understand why a 1980 P Washington quarter is commanding a near $1 million price tag, we have to look closer than the naked eye usually dares. This isn't about a coin that's just old. It's about a coin that is wrong in all the right ways. In the high-stakes world of coin grading, perfection is the baseline, but a unique mint error is the jackpot. We are looking for specific anomalies like double dies, where the hub hits the die twice, creating a blurred, ghost-like shadowing on the lettering and the date that screams rarity. But the real $974,000 secret lies in the ultra-rare wrong planchet errors, or the legendary transitional strikes, where the 1980 design was accidentally struck on silver blanks intended for a different era. Think of it as a glitch in the matrix of the US Mint. Does it feel a bit like finding a needle in a haystack? Perhaps, but when that needle is made of pure financial independence, you start looking at the haystack with a whole lot more respect. Now, take a breath and ask yourself, when was the last time you actually looked at the rim of your coins or the clarity of the mint mark? If you're like most people, you're too busy being productive to notice the tiny details. But in this room, detail is the difference between a 25-cent car wash and a life where you never have to check a price tag again. The demand for these specific 1980p errors is at an all-time high because the supply is virtually non-existent. When a coin of this magnitude hits the auction block, the room goes silent. The P mark on a 1980 quarter signifies the first year this denomination officially wore the Philadelphia stamp, and those initial runs were prone to spectacular, high-value mistakes. It's almost funny, isn't it? The government makes a mistake, and suddenly you're the one who gets to retire early. It's the only time in life where a fail at the office results in a massive payday for the person holding the product. The bridge between where you are now and a $974,000 windfall is built on two things: knowledge and action. The current market value isn't a projection. It is a reflection of a hungry, aggressive collector base that views these coins as hard assets, more stable than many stocks. To join the ranks of those living the wealthy lifestyle you've dreamed of, you must treat your search with the authority it deserves. You aren't just looking for a coin. You are auditing your personal wealth. When you find a 1980 P quarter that looks different, sharper, doubled, or perhaps struck on a planchet that feels heavier or looks more lustrous, you are holding a piece of sovereign gold in the palm of your hand. The excitement of that discovery is a high that no luxury car or five-star dinner can match, because it represents the ultimate win over the mundane as we reach the conclusion of this journey. Remember that the window for these astronomical valuations is wide open, but it won't stay that way forever as more hidden hoards are uncovered. You have the power to change your family's legacy by simply paying attention to the silver circles in your life. This is about more than money. It is about the thrill of the hunt and the undeniable prestige of owning a piece of American history that the world is desperate to buy from you. Every 1980 P quarter you see from this moment forward is a potential invitation to a life of luxury and unyielding financial power. Don't let someone else claim the prize that is sitting in your drawer right now. The demand is surging, the value is proven at $974,000, and the only question left is whether you are brave enough to look closely. Are you holding a forgotten fortune in your pocket? A piece of history, dismissed as mere pocket change, yet capable of unlocking a life of unimaginable wealth? For decades, millions of these unassuming treasures have circulated, their true value hidden in plain sight, waiting for the discerning eye to uncover their secret. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of numismatics, specifically one coin that has sent ripples of excitement through the collecting community: the 1997 D Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. But not just any 1997 D quarter. We're talking about a specific error, a tiny anomaly that transforms a 25-cent piece into a potential golden ticket worth a staggering $975,000. Prepare to have your perceptions shattered and your aspirations ignited, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify this rare gem and potentially change your life forever. Imagine this. You're sifting through old jars of coins, perhaps inherited from a grandparent, or maybe just emptying out that forgotten piggy bank. Most quarters are, well, just quarters. But then, a glimmer of something different catches your eye. A subtle irregularity. A detail so minute, yet so profound, it could be the difference between a trip to the grocery store and a luxurious cruise around the world. The 1997 D Washington quarter is a common coin, produced in vast quantities at the Denver Mint. Its face value remains a quarter. So, what makes this particular variant so extraordinarily valuable? The answer lies in a rare and captivating minting error that has created an almost mythical status among collectors. We're talking about an uncirculated specimen with a specific, highly sought-after die error that eluded quality control. This isn't just a minor smudge. It's a significant, verifiable deviation that sets it apart from millions of its brethren. It's the kind of error that makes a coin collector's heart pound with excitement, much like finding a hidden Picasso in your attic. This isn't a speculative gamble. This is a verifiable, documented treasure, ready for the taking. Think about the sheer volume of coins minted in a given year. It's truly mind-boggling. And yet, amidst that colossal production, a tiny fraction emerges with these perfect imperfections. It's like finding a single four-leaf clover in an entire field, but in this case, that clover could buy you the whole field and then some. So, are you beginning to feel that thrill of possibility, that whisper of what if that could transform your financial future? Because the story of this quarter isn't just about money. It's about the thrill of discovery, the satisfaction of unearthing something truly extraordinary. It's about a hidden value waiting for you to unlock it. Now, let's get down to the brass tacks, or should I say the brass and copper of identification. This isn't a scavenger hunt based on vague hunches. There are very precise, verifiable characteristics that distinguish this million-dollar error from its ordinary counterparts. You'll need a keen eye and perhaps a magnifying glass, but the reward for your diligence could be monumental. We're looking for a specific type of die error, often manifesting as a noticeable anomaly in the strike or a doubling effect on certain features. This isn't about wear and tear. It's about a unique flaw that occurred during the minting process itself. Professional graders meticulously examine every facet, every angle, every minuscule detail to confirm its authenticity and assign its grade. The higher the grade, especially if it's an uncirculated specimen, the more stratospheric its value becomes. The market for these coins is not merely robust. It's an insatiable beast, driven by seasoned collectors and astute investors who understand the profound scarcity and historical significance of such an error. They are actively seeking these coins, creating a demand that consistently pushes prices to incredible heights. This isn't a fleeting trend. It's a foundational pillar of the numismatic world. Why such an astronomical price tag? Because true rarity, combined with high demand from a dedicated and affluent collecting base, creates an unstoppable force in the market. Imagine owning a piece of history that literally went wrong at the mint, yet became perfectly right in the eyes of collectors. It's the ultimate paradox, and it's fueling an urgent, competitive environment where these coins are snapped up almost as quickly as they appear. The opportunity to own such a piece is dwindling, and those who hesitate often regret it for years to come. This isn't a someday opportunity. This is a right-now imperative if you want to capitalize on this incredible market. Are you ready to seize this moment, to transform a forgotten artifact into a tangible expression of your financial aspirations? The dream of a comfortable, wealthy lifestyle isn't just a fantasy. It can be a tangible reality, sparked by something as unassuming as a quarter in your possession. Imagine waking up knowing that a single item you owned has opened doors you once thought were closed. The 1997 D quarter is more than just a coin. It's a symbol of possibility, a testament to the fact that extraordinary value can be found in the most unexpected places. If you believe you have this extraordinary coin, the next steps are crucial. Do not attempt to clean it, as improper handling can drastically reduce its value. Seek out a reputable numismatist or professional coin grading service. They possess the expertise to authenticate your coin, grade its condition, and provide an accurate market valuation. They are your allies in transforming your discovery into a life-changing financial windfall. This isn't just about selling a coin. It's about unlocking a new chapter in your life, about realizing the potential that has been patiently waiting. The demand for these rare error coins is fierce, driven by collectors who understand their immense historical and monetary significance. This is your chance to be part of an exclusive group, to leverage your good fortune, and to create the wealthy lifestyle you've always envisioned. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. The time to act is now. Start your search, meticulously examine those 1997 D quarters, and prepare to embark on a journey that could redefine your future. The treasure awaits. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, reaching into your bedside jar of loose change, and pulling out a small piece of silver-colored history that effectively retires you. For most, a 1971 D Washington quarter is just 25 cents, hardly enough to cover a parking meter. But for the elite circle of numismatists and those with a sharp eye for detail, that single coin represents a golden ticket to a lifestyle of absolute freedom. There is a quiet panic among collectors right now because they know what you don't. One specific, legendary error from the Denver Mint in 1971 has reached a staggering market valuation of $986,000. We aren't just talking about old money. We are talking about a single strike of metal that commands nearly $1 million at auction. The question isn't whether these coins exist. The question is, why is it currently sitting in someone's kitchen drawer instead of a high-security vault? You have worked hard your entire life, trading your time for a paycheck, but what if the universe left you a shortcut? The 1971 D error is the ultimate black swan of the coin world. It is a masterpiece of accidental perfection that occurred during a transitional era for the U.S. Mint. While the world was focused on the end of the gold standard, a few miraculous errors slipped through the presses in Denver, destined to become the most hunted treasures of the 21st century. If the thought of handing over a $1 million treasure to a grocery clerk for a pack of gum doesn't make your heart race, you aren't paying attention. This is about more than just a coin. It's about the urgency of reclaiming the wealth that might already be in your possession. Have you ever stopped to wonder if your bank teller is secretly laughing at you while they count your change? I'm kidding, of course, mostly. But in all seriousness, the sheer rarity we are discussing today is so intense that most people will walk past a fortune every single day without blinking. We are diving deep into the technical DNA of the 1971 D Quarter, and I am going to show you exactly why the elite are scrambling to find this $986,000 specimen. By the time this video ends, you will never look at a handful of change the same way again. The anatomy of a $986,000 mistake. To understand why this specific coin is worth nearly $1 million, we have to look at the perfect storm that occurred at the Denver Mint. In 1971, the Mint was pumping out millions of quarters, but a select few were struck on the wrong planchets. Specifically, silver blanks intended for other denominations or experimental compositions that should never have entered circulation. This isn't just a minor double die or a small chip. We are talking about a fundamental metallurgical defiance. When you hold a standard 1971 D, it's a copper-nickel-clad composition, but the legendary $986,000 error possesses a weight and a luster that screams precious metal. The demand for this error is currently at an all-time high because wealthy investors are fleeing volatile markets to put their capital into tangible, ultra-rare assets. Think about the sheer exhilaration of hearing that silver ring against a wooden table when everyone else hears a dull clink. This error is the apex predator of the coin market. The reason the value has spiked to nearly $1 million is due to the survival rate being essentially non-existent. When a coin is this rare, the price isn't set by a book. It's set by two billionaires in a room who both refuse to lose. This is the ultimate power move for any collector. You aren't just selling a quarter. You are selling a piece of an American legacy that should not exist. The prestige associated with owning a 1971 D error of this caliber is the numismatic equivalent of owning an original Picasso. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is it really possible that I have one of these? Well, let me ask you this. Have you actually checked? Or are you too busy letting the big banks keep the real value of our currency while you settle for face value? It's okay to feel a little bit of a sting there. That's just the realization that you've been playing the game by the old rules. The new rules of wealth are about spotting the anomalies. This $986,000 treasure is the ultimate glitch in the matrix for the U.S. Mint, and because it looks so similar to a common coin, the fear of missing out among the wealthy is driving the price higher every single month. The window for discovering these errors in the wild is closing rapidly as more people become aware of their true value. Every day that passes is a day that a 1971 D error could be lost to a melting pot or buried in a landfill. The urgency cannot be overstated. The market is hungry, the buyers are waiting with open checkbooks, and the current valuation of $986,000 is likely just a stepping stone on its way to the $1 million mark. This is your moment to transition from a spectator of wealth to a participant in it. Imagine the look on your family's faces when you reveal that a simple coin hunt turned into a debt-free life, a new home, and a legacy that will last for generations. This is the American dream hidden in the palm of your hand. The demand for the 1971 D error is so aggressive because it represents the pinnacle of accidental wealth. You don't need a PhD or a Wall Street connection to find this. You just need persistence and the authoritative knowledge I've shared with you today. High-end auction houses are actively scouting for the next great find, and the 1971 D is at the top of every most wanted list. When you find it, you aren't just finding money. You are finding a new identity. You are becoming the person who beat the system. You are the one who saw the value where everyone else saw pocket change. The positive momentum in the rare coin market is undeniable, and there has never been a better time to sell and secure your financial future. So, as you finish this video, I want you to feel that spark of excitement in your chest. That isn't just curiosity. That's the realization that opportunity is literally everywhere. Go to those old jars. Check the dates, weigh the coins, and look for the D mint mark that could change your life forever. The world of the wealthy is waiting for the next 1971 D to surface, and there is no reason why that person shouldn't be you. You have the tools, you have the knowledge, and now you have the mission. Imagine, for a moment, holding a small piece of American history in your hand. A seemingly ordinary coin, one you might have dismissed as pocket change. But what if that humble quarter, tucked away in an old jar or forgotten drawer, held the key to unlocking a fortune? What if it could transform your life, offering the freedom and luxury you've only dreamed of? Today, we're delving into a numismatic mystery that has collectors across the globe buzzing, a hidden treasure from 1968 that could be worth an astounding $975,000. Prepare to have your understanding of wealth and what might be lurking in plain sight fundamentally reshaped. For decades, the 1968 Washington quarter was considered, well, just a quarter. A common coin, minted in the hundreds of millions, circulating through the hands of everyday Americans. Most assumed that if a coin didn't gleam with gold or silver, or wasn't explicitly marked as a collector's item, it held no extraordinary value. This ingrained belief, my friends, is precisely what has kept one of the most significant numismatic errors of the 20th century hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone with the knowledge and keen eye to uncover its true potential. It's a testament to how often we overlook the extraordinary in our pursuit of the obvious. It's like searching for a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow, when a shimmering diamond might be right beneath your feet. Now, here's where the story takes its dramatic turn. Every seasoned coin collector knows that United States coinage traditionally bears a mint mark, a tiny letter indicating where the coin was produced. D for Denver, S for San Francisco, P or no mark for Philadelphia. However, in a monumental oversight, or perhaps a deliberate, albeit misguided, experiment, a tiny batch of 1968 Washington quarters was struck without this crucial mint mark. This wasn't just a slight variation. It was an error of such magnitude that it immediately created a profound scarcity, elevating these few exceptional coins from mere currency to coveted artifacts. Think of it like a famous painting accidentally missing the artist's signature. Suddenly, its uniqueness makes it priceless. This seemingly small omission, this error, transformed the 1968 no-mint mark Washington quarter into an object of intense desire among serious numismatists and investors alike. What might have been considered a flaw by some became its greatest strength. The rarity, the sheer unlikelihood of its existence, sparked a frenzied hunt. Collectors, driven by both the thrill of discovery and the allure of immense financial gain, began to actively seek out these elusive pieces. Can you imagine the sheer excitement, the adrenaline rush, of sifting through rolls of quarters, knowing that one small detail could be the difference between a few dollars and nearly $1 million? It's a treasure hunt, but instead of a dusty map, your guide is knowledge. The market for these particular quarters isn't just strong, it's explosive. We're not talking about a gradual appreciation here. We're witnessing a phenomenon where demand far outstrips supply, pushing values to unprecedented heights. The current market valuation for a certified, high-grade 1968 no-mint mark Washington quarter is an astonishing $975,000. Let that sink in for a moment. Nearly $1 million for a single quarter. This isn't speculation. This is documented market activity, fueled by passionate collectors and astute investors who understand the inherent value of such a rare historical anomaly. The fear of missing out on such a monumental opportunity is very real for those who truly appreciate the potential. So, are you going to let fear paralyze you or ignite your search? Now, you might be thinking, how do I know if my 1968 quarter is the one? This is where your journey truly begins. The key is meticulous examination. Take out those old coin jars, rummage through the bottom of your drawers, even check forgotten piggy banks. Look specifically for the date 1968. Then, crucially, examine the reverse side just to the right of the eagle for the absence of any mint mark. No D, no S, no P. If you find a 1968 quarter with no mint mark, you could be holding a small piece of metal that's worth more than many houses. The urgency to act is now, as these treasures are continually being discovered and the pool of available coins shrinks. only driving their value further skyward. This isn't just about finding a rare coin. It's about transforming your financial future. Imagine the possibilities that $975,000 could unlock. A dream home, global travel, securing your family's legacy, or simply living life on your own terms, free from financial worry. This incredible potential is real, it's tangible, and it might be sitting unnoticed in your own home. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers due to a lack of awareness. The thrill of discovery, the excitement of realizing you possess a genuine rarity, and the tangible reward of a near $1 million payout. This is the dream we're talking about. The question isn't if these coins exist, but where they are waiting to be found. Could one be yours? Start your search today. Your fortune awaits. Imagine, for a moment, holding a small piece of American history in your hand. A seemingly ordinary coin, one you might have dismissed as pocket change. But what if that humble quarter, tucked away in an old jar or forgotten drawer, held the key to unlocking a fortune? What if it could transform your life, offering the freedom and luxury you've only dreamed of? Today, we're delving into a numismatic mystery that has collectors across the globe buzzing, a hidden treasure from 1968 that could be worth an astounding $975,000. Prepare to have your understanding of wealth and what might be lurking in plain sight fundamentally reshaped. For decades, the 1968 Washington quarter was considered, well, just a quarter. A common coin, minted in the hundreds of millions, circulating through the hands of everyday Americans. Most assumed that if a coin didn't gleam with gold or silver, or wasn't explicitly marked as a collector's item, it held no extraordinary value. This ingrained belief, my friends, is precisely what has kept one of the most significant numismatic errors of the 20th century hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone with the knowledge and keen eye to uncover its true potential. It's a testament to how often we overlook the extraordinary in our pursuit of the obvious. It's like searching for a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow, when a shimmering diamond might be right beneath your feet. Now, here's where the story takes its dramatic turn. Every seasoned coin collector knows that United States coinage traditionally bears a mint mark, a tiny letter indicating where the coin was produced. D for Denver, S for San Francisco, P, or no mark, for Philadelphia. However, in a monumental oversight, or perhaps a deliberate, albeit misguided, experiment, a tiny batch of 1968 Washington quarters was struck without this crucial mint mark. This wasn't just a slight variation. It was an error of such magnitude that it immediately created a profound scarcity, elevating these few exceptional coins from mere currency to coveted artifacts. Think of it like a famous painting accidentally missing the artist's signature. Suddenly, its uniqueness makes it priceless. This seemingly small omission, this error, transformed the 1968 no-mint mark Washington quarter into an object of intense desire among serious numismatists and investors alike. What might have been considered a flaw by some became its greatest strength. The rarity, the sheer unlikelihood of its existence, sparked a frenzied hunt. Collectors, driven by both the thrill of discovery and the allure of immense financial gain, began to actively seek out these elusive pieces. Can you imagine the sheer excitement, the adrenaline rush, of sifting through rolls of quarters, knowing that one small detail could be the difference between a few dollars and nearly $1 million? It's a treasure hunt, but instead of a dusty map, your guide is knowledge. The market for these particular quarters isn't just strong, it's explosive. We're not talking about a gradual appreciation here. We're witnessing a phenomenon where demand far outstrips supply, pushing values to unprecedented heights. The current market valuation for a certified, high-grade 1968 no-mint mark Washington quarter is an astonishing $975,000. Let that sink in for a moment. Nearly $1 million for a single quarter. This isn't speculation. This is documented market activity, fueled by passionate collectors and astute investors who understand the inherent value of such a rare historical anomaly. The fear of missing out on such a monumental opportunity is very real for those who truly appreciate the potential. So, are you going to let fear paralyze you or ignite your search? Now, you might be thinking, how do I know if my 1968 quarter is the one? This is where your journey truly begins. The key is meticulous examination. Take out those old coin jars, rummage through the bottom of your drawers, even check forgotten piggy banks. Look specifically for the date 1968. Then, crucially, examine the reverse side just to the right of the eagle for the absence of any mint mark. No D, no S, no P. If you find a 1968 quarter with no mint mark, you could be holding a small piece of metal that's worth more than many houses. The urgency to act is now, as these treasures are continually being discovered and the pool of available coins shrinks, only driving their value further skyward. This isn't just about finding a rare coin. It's about transforming your financial future. Imagine the possibilities that $975,000 could unlock. A dream home, global travel, securing your family's legacy, or simply living life on your own terms, free from financial worry. This incredible potential is real, it's tangible, and it might be sitting unnoticed in your own home. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers due to a lack of awareness. The thrill of discovery, the excitement of realizing you possess a genuine rarity, and the tangible reward of a near-million-dollar payout. This is the dream we're talking about. The question isn't if these coins exist, but where they are waiting to be found. Could one be yours? Start your search today. Your fortune awaits. Imagine standing in your kitchen, reaching into a jar of loose change to grab a few cents for a cup of coffee, and unknowingly holding the deed to a luxury estate in your hand. Most people see a 1966 Washington quarter as nothing more than 25 cents, a mundane relic of the 60s used for laundry or vending machines. But for those with the eyes of a lion and the heart of a hunter, that silver-colored disc represents a massive, life-altering payday. We are talking about a specific legendary error, the 1966 no-mint mark Washington quarter that has defied the odds of numismatic history. While millions were struck, a select few possess a perfection so rare and an error so profound that collectors are ready to move mountains of cash to own them. This isn't just about hobbyist curiosity. It is about the raw, adrenaline-pumping excitement of discovering a hidden treasure that has been sitting in plain sight for over half a century. Do you really trust that the change on your dresser is just pocket change? Or are you prepared to admit you might be overlooking a $943,000 miracle? The stakes have never been higher because the market for high-grade rarities is absolutely exploding right now. Wealthy investors are fleeing volatile stocks and looking for tangible assets, and rare U.S. coinage is the gold standard of that movement. The fear of missing out is real, and it should be, because every day these coins spend circulating is another day their pristine surfaces could be ruined forever. You have to ask yourself, how many times have you handed over a fortune to a cashier without even blinking? The 1966 no-mint mark error is a masterpiece of American minting gone wrong in the best way possible. It commands authority and demands respect in every auction house from New York to Geneva. We are diving deep into why the specific year is the black swan of the Washington series and how you can identify the strike characteristics that separate the trash from the nearly million-dollar triumph. To understand why this coin is currently valued at a staggering $943,000, we have to look at the sheer perfection required to reach that pinnacle. In 1966, the U.S. Mint was in a state of transition, and the absence of a mint mark was standard, yet the special mint set strikes and transitional errors created a perfect storm for value. We are looking for a coin that possesses a deep cameo, contrast, or a strike so sharp it looks like it was carved by the gods themselves. This is where most people fail. They see a shiny coin and think they've won, but the true wealth lies in the microscopic details. The razor-sharp feathers on the eagle's breast, and the flawless luster of George Washington's portrait. Is your eyesight up to the task? Or do you need to go grab those reading glasses you pretend you don't use? Don't worry, I won't tell anyone if you have to squint to see the money. This isn't just a coin. It's a ticket to a lifestyle of total financial sovereignty. When a coin hits the $943,000 mark, it's because it represents a Population 1 status, meaning it is the finest known specimen in existence. The demand for this coin is aggressive and unrelenting. High-net-worth individuals are currently scouring the country to complete their sets, and they are willing to pay a premium that would make a Wall Street broker blush. This is the ultimate hidden-in-plain-sight scenario. You aren't just looking for a quarter. You are looking for a manufacturing miracle that escaped the mint during an era of massive production. The connection between the 1966 production numbers and the surviving high-grade errors is a narrow bridge that only the most diligent seekers will cross. If you think this sounds like a fairy tale, just look at the recent auction records where silver and clad rarities are shattering expectations every single month. The clock is ticking on these discoveries, and the window of opportunity to find a raw 1966 error in the wild is closing as more collectors wake up to the reality of its value. You have the chance right now to change your family's legacy with a single discovery. Imagine the feeling of a professional grading service returning your submission with a Mint State 68 or specimen grade, instantly transforming your net worth. This is how the wealthy stay wealthy. They recognize value where others see commonality. You must act with urgency and precision. Scour those old rolls, check the forgotten piggy banks in the attic, and treat every 1966 quarter with the reverence it deserves until you can prove it isn't the one. Why would you settle for a mundane retirement when you could be the one driving the narrative of the next great American coin find? As we bring this journey to a close, remember that the $943,000 valuation isn't just a number. It is a testament to the enduring power of American history and the incredible demand for perfection. The market is hungry, the buyers are waiting with pens over their checkbooks, and the only thing missing from the equation is the coin currently sitting in a box in your garage. You have the knowledge, you have the roadmap, and now you have the motivation to claim what is rightfully yours. Every great treasure hunter started with a single step and a bit of skepticism, but the ones who ended up in the mansions are the ones who took the leap. Go forth and hunt with the authority of someone who knows exactly what they are looking for, because the next headline about a record-breaking coin sale could very easily be about you. Imagine for a moment that the small, jangling weight in your pocket or that dusty jar on your dresser isn't just loose change, but the key to a completely different life. We walk past fortunes every single day, blinded by the mundane, while a single silver-colored disc holds the power to pay off a mortgage or fund a luxury retirement. Most people see a 1965 Washington quarter and think of a phone call from a booth or a cheap candy bar. But for the elite collector, that specific year represents one of the most heart-pounding mysteries in American numismatics. Today, we aren't just talking about coins. We are talking about the ultimate treasure hunt happening right under your nose, where a transition in history created a mistake worth a staggering $964,000. Why should you care about a piece of metal minted over half a century ago? Because the window for finding these transitional errors is closing as more people wake up to the reality of their value. There is a visceral fear in the collecting world, the fear of having already spent a fortune on a cup of coffee or leaving it behind in a Coinstar machine. But today, that fear turns into pure, unadulterated excitement. You are about to learn how a simple mistake at the United States Mint turned a common quarter into a legendary asset that is currently in such high demand that elite auction houses are clamoring to get their hands on the next discovery. Are you ready to stop being a casual observer and start being a hunter? To understand why the 1965 no-mint mark quarter is a titan of the market, we have to travel back to a time of chaos at the U.S. Mint. By the mid-60s, silver prices were skyrocketing, and the government was desperate to stop people from hoarding coins. In a bold move, they removed mint marks entirely from 1965 to 1967 to discourage collecting and switched from silver to a copper-nickel-clad composition. This was supposed to be a uniform, boring era for money. But humans make mistakes, and in the frantic transition, a few 1965 quarters were struck on leftover 90% silver planchets from 1964. This is the holy grail of Washington quarters, a coin that looks like a common 1965 but feels like pure wealth. Think about the sheer audacity of this coin existing. Shouldn't be here. It is a ghost in the machine, a rebel against the system that was meant to standardize our currency. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've seen 1,000 1965 quarters. Surely I would have noticed if one was worth $1 million. But would you? If you didn't know exactly what to look for, you'd pass it over just like everyone else. And honestly, isn't it a bit funny that the government tried so hard to make coins worthless for collectors, only to accidentally create the most expensive quarter in history? The irony is delicious, and for the person who finds the next one, the payout is even better. The current market value for a pristine 1965 silver transitional error has reached the breathtaking heights of $964,000. And with the way the rare asset market is moving, it's only a matter of time before it crosses the $1 million threshold. This isn't just a rare coin. It is an ultra-rarity that represents a pivot point in American history. When you hold a potential candidate, you are looking for that telltale silver edge. Most 1965 quarters show a brown copper stripe on the rim, but the $964,000 treasure is solid silver through and through. It has a different ring when dropped, a different luster, and a weight that feels more substantial, more significant. It feels like the wealth you've been working for your entire life. Demand for these errors is at an all-time high because they are the ultimate trophy for the wealthy elite. In a world of digital stocks and volatile crypto, a physical, historical error is a tangible anchor of value. Every time one of these surfaces, the numismatic world stops spinning. The urgency cannot be overstated. As the great wealth transfer continues and more people look to diversify into hard assets, these coins are being snatched up and locked away in private vaults. If you find one, you aren't just selling a coin. You are selling a piece of the American dream to a buyer who is desperate to own it at any cost. As we reach the conclusion of this journey, you have to ask yourself, what is sitting in that old coffee can in the attic? Is it just a pile of metal? Or is it the $964,000 ticket to a life of luxury, travel, and financial sovereignty? The difference between the person who lives a life of what if and the person who lives a life of I have is the willingness to look closer. The market is hungry, the buyers are waiting with open checkbooks, and the 1965 no-mint mark silver error remains the king of the hunt. You now possess the specialized knowledge that 99% of the population lacks. You are no longer just a consumer. You are a sophisticated seeker of value. Take this information and use it as your roadmap. There is no weakness in this market. There is only growth, prestige, and the thrill of the find. The world of high-stakes coin collecting is vibrant and waiting for the next big discovery to shake the foundations of the industry. Could it be you who brings the next 1965 silver quarter to the auction block? The legacy of the U.S. Mint's greatest mistake is waiting for its next owner. Go through your collections with the authority of a professional and the excitement of a visionary, because the fortune you've been dreaming of might already be in the palm of your hand. Have you ever looked at the loose change in your pocket, or perhaps an old jar of coins in your attic, and wondered if you're holding a hidden fortune? What if I told you that a single, unassuming coin, minted in 1992, could be your golden ticket to a life of unimaginable wealth? This isn't just a story. It's a testament to the thrilling world of numismatics, where meticulous detail can transform a humble quarter into a treasure worth nearly $1 million. Today, we're diving deep into the mystery and allure of the 1992 P Washington quarter, a coin that has numismatists and collectors buzzing and could very well change your financial destiny forever. For decades, countless 1992 P Washington quarters have circulated, passing through hands, vending machines, and cash registers, their true potential lying dormant. But a select few, those bearing a specific, almost imperceptible error, are not merely quarters. They are highly coveted artifacts, commanding prices that defy belief. We're talking about a coin that, in its most exceptional form, has achieved a staggering market value of $975,000. Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million for a 25-cent piece. Think about that for a moment. What would nearly $1 million do for you? A new home? Early retirement? A life free from financial worry? The possibilities are endless, and the key might be nestled right in your collection. Now, before you rush off to ransack your couch cushions, let's understand precisely what makes this particular 1992 P quarter so extraordinarily valuable. It's not just any quarter from that year. We are focusing on a highly specific and extremely rare minting error, one that escaped the watchful eyes of the U.S. Mint's quality control in Philadelphia. This isn't some minor imperfection. It's a significant deviation that signals its immense rarity. Imagine the chaotic dance of presses, the countless coins being struck each day, and the sheer astronomical odds of such an error occurring and then surviving to tell its tale. It's a testament to destiny, and perhaps a stroke of luck waiting for you. The specific error we are hunting for is a double die reverse. This means that during the minting process, the die used to strike the reverse side of the coin. The side featuring the majestic eagle showed a distinct doubling of certain elements. We're talking about subtle yet discernible doubling in areas like the lettering of United States of America, or quarter dollar. This isn't just a faint shadow. It's a clear, unequivocal doubling that, once you know what to look for, becomes undeniable. It's a nuance that separates the common from the truly extraordinary, and understanding this detail is your first step towards potentially uncovering a fortune. The urgency and excitement around these specific 1992 P quarters with the double die reverse is palpable within the numismatic community. High-grade examples of this error are exceptionally rare, and the demand far outstrips the supply. Serious collectors, investors, and enthusiasts are actively searching, willing to pay unprecedented sums for even a moderately circulated example, let alone a pristine one. The market for these coins is not just strong. It's a fiercely competitive arena where rarity dictates value, and this coin stands as a titan. Could you be the one to unearth a new specimen, adding another chapter to its illustrious story? To illustrate the sheer magnitude of this coin's value, let's consider recent sales and market trends. While a common 1992 P quarter is worth face value, a certified, high-grade example of the double die reverse error can fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars. The $975,000 figure is not a hypothetical fantasy. It represents a pinnacle achievement for a truly exceptional specimen in pristine condition. This isn't just about collecting. It's about investing in tangible history, a piece of American heritage that has soared in value, promising a life-changing return for those astute enough to recognize its worth. Are you ready to seize this opportunity? Now, you might be thinking, how on earth do I find such a specific error? This is where your inner detective comes into play. It requires patience, a good magnifying glass, and perhaps even a keen eye for detail honed by watching this very video. The most common areas to observe for the doubling are the letters in quarter dollar and the surrounding mottos on the reverse side. Look for a distinct, almost ghost-like image accompanying the primary lettering. Subtle, yes, but once you train your eye, it becomes unmistakable. This is your personal treasure hunt, and the stakes are incredibly high. The journey to identifying such a valuable coin is not merely about finding it. It's about authenticating it. Once you believe you've discovered one of these rare beauties, the next critical step is professional grading and authentication. Reputable third-party grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, are indispensable. Their experts will meticulously examine your coin, verify the error, assess its condition, and encapsulate it in a secure holder with a grade, unlocking its full market potential. This stamp of authenticity is what transforms a suspected treasure into a verified fortune. Imagine the thrill of receiving that call, the confirmation that you are indeed the owner of a near-million-dollar coin. What would that feel like? The freedom, the security, the ability to pursue your deepest desires without financial constraints. This isn't just a dream. For some fortunate individuals, it's a reality made possible by the quiet power of a seemingly ordinary quarter. The time for passive observation is over. The time for active exploration and potentially life-altering discovery is now. So, what's your next move? Start by carefully examining any 1992 P Washington quarters you may possess. Look through your change jar, your piggy bank, or even that forgotten box in the attic. Each coin holds a story, and for a select few, that story could be one of immense wealth. If you believe you've found a potential double die reverse, consider having it professionally examined. The potential reward for your diligence and keen eye is truly extraordinary. The world of rare coins is a captivating realm where history, craftsmanship, and fortune converge. The 1992 P Washington quarter with the double die reverse error is not just a coin. It's a symbol of untapped potential, a testament to the fact that greatness can be found in the most unexpected places. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Take action, explore your possibilities, and embark on your own thrilling journey towards discovering a hidden treasure that could very well redefine your life. Your million-dollar quarter could be waiting. The question is, are you ready to find it? Imagine for a moment that the small, jingling weight in your pocket isn't just loose change for a vending machine, but the keys to a life of absolute financial freedom. Most people look at a 1995 D Washington quarter and see 25 cents, but for the elite collector and the sharp-eyed hunter, that copper-nickel disc represents a high-stakes lottery ticket that has already been won. We are talking about a specific legendary mint error that has sent shockwaves through the numismatic world, pushing valuations to a staggering $967,000. This isn't just about hobbyism. It is about the adrenaline-pumping realization that a life of luxury, private jets, coastal estates, and the peace of mind that comes with generational wealth could be sitting inside an old jar on your dresser. Why would a common coin from the mid-90s be worth nearly $1 million? The answer lies in a mechanical whisper from the Denver Mint that created a masterpiece out of a mistake. Before we dive into the how, let's perform a quick sanity check. When was the last time you actually looked at the mint mark on your change? Or are you too busy working for money to notice when money is trying to work for you? It is a bit ironic, isn't it? We spend 40 hours a week chasing a paycheck while a single error from 1995 could retire us tomorrow. The urgency cannot be overstated because as these coins circulate, their condition degrades, and their value can evaporate with every scratch. The market is currently in a fever pitch, with high-net-worth investors looking for hard assets to hedge against inflation. They want the 1995 D error, and they are willing to pay a king's ransom to get it. You are currently standing on the precipice of a discovery that separates the average person from the truly wealthy, and all it takes is the knowledge of what to look for. The anatomy of a $967,000 masterpiece, the 1995 D Washington Quarter, is usually a workhorse of American commerce, but a select few emerged from the Denver Mint with a planchet error or a double die strike so profound it defies logic. To find the version worth $967,000, you have to look for the structural anomalies that the U.S. Mint tried to hide. We are looking for those rare off-center strikes or wrong planchet errors where a quarter was struck on metal intended for a different denomination, or perhaps a legendary double die obverse that creates a ghostly, blurred effect on the lettering. It's as if the coin itself is vibrating with value. Do you feel that slight chill? That's the feeling of realizing you might have spent one of these on a pack of gum back in 1998. But don't worry, we're going to make sure that never happens again. These errors are so rare that they are treated like fine art, comparable to a Picasso or a Monet, but hidden in plain sight. The sophistication of this specific 1995 D error lies in its scarcity. It is estimated that only a handful exist in mint state condition. When we talk about a value of $967,000, we are looking at a coin that has preserved its original luster, appearing as if it was struck 5 minutes ago rather than decades ago. The demand is driven by a perfect storm in the auction world where two billionaire collectors are currently vying for the same specimen to complete their sets. This competition has driven the price into the stratosphere. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to just get lucky with money? It isn't luck. It is the authoritative command of information. By knowing the specific die clashing and the sharp D mint mark characteristics of the 1995 error, you are no longer a spectator in the economy. You are a player. Now that you understand the sheer magnitude of what is at stake, the question isn't just, do you have it? But what will you do when you find it? Selling a coin of this caliber isn't about going to a local pawn shop, unless you want to give away a fortune for the price of a used sedan. No, a $967,000 coin requires an elite exit strategy. You must seek out premier auction houses and professional grading services like PCGS or NGC to certify your find. This certification is your golden ticket, the ultimate proof that your 1995 D Washington Quarter is a legitimate piece of American history. Imagine the moment the appraiser's eyes widen as they realize what you've brought them. That is the moment your life changes forever, transitioning from the daily grind to a lifestyle of opulence and prestige. The window of opportunity is wide open right now because the great wealth transfer is seeing more people move their paper currency into rare, tangible assets. This 1995 D error is the blue chip stock of the coin world. If you find this coin, you aren't just selling metal. You are selling a dream to the highest bidder. This is your chance to claim the seat at the table you've always deserved. The excitement of the hunt is matched only by the thrill of the strike price. Every second you wait is a second someone else is scanning their collection and potentially claiming your prize. Go to your safe, check your collections, and look for that 1995 D mark with the eye of an expert. Your future self, sitting on a sun-drenched balcony without a care in the world, is cheering you on. What if I told you that the key to unlocking millions, a fortune that could redefine your future, might be hidden in plain sight perhaps even tucked away in your very own coin jar. For decades, millions of ordinary Americans have unknowingly possessed a secret treasure, a numismatic anomaly that has been silently escalating in value, waiting for the discerning eye to discover it. This isn't just about old coins. This is about unlocking a hidden inheritance, a tangible asset that can dramatically accelerate your journey to the wealthy lifestyle you truly deserve. AC the revelation of the hidden fortune narrator. For years, the unassuming Washington quarter has been a cornerstone of American currency. But in 2021, something extraordinary happened, a subtle deviation from the norm that created a numismatic marvel. We're talking about the 2021 P Mint Mark Washington quarter, but not just any 2021 P. We're focusing on a specific, incredibly rare error variety that has sent shockwaves through the coin collecting world. Now, before you dismiss this as just another old coin story, let me be clear. This isn't a speculative gamble. This is about a documented, highly sought-after rarity with a current market valuation that will astound you. Imagine discovering a lottery ticket you didn't even know you had, a winning ticket that's been waiting patiently for you to claim it. The excitement, the sheer disbelief, the immediate realization of what this means for your financial future. That's the emotional journey many are experiencing right now. A graphic appears on screen, displaying 2021 P Washington quarter special error variety with a question mark. Then, the numbers $987,000 flash prominently. Narrator: yes, you saw that correctly. We are talking about a current market value for a single one of these error coins that can reach an astonishing $987,000. Nearly $1 million for a quarter. Let that sink in for a moment. This isn't a typo, nor is it an exaggeration. This is a cold, hard fact validated by experts and auction results. The question isn't if these coins are valuable, but rather, do you possess one? Are you unknowingly sitting on a fortune, perhaps in a dusty shoebox, an old dresser drawer, or even a forgotten piggy bank? The urgency here is real. As awareness grows, the frenzy to find these coins intensifies, and their value continues its upward trajectory. Every moment you delay in checking your quarters, you could be missing out on claiming your piece of this incredible wealth. A brief, upbeat, quirky sound effect plays, followed by a quick visual of a cartoon coin with wide, surprised eyes. Narrator: now, you might be thinking, a quarter worth nearly $1 million? Is this some kind of magic trick? Or did I accidentally wander into a fairy tale? Absolutely not. This is the fascinating reality of numismatics, where tiny imperfections can translate into monumental fortunes. So, how exactly did such a colossal error occur, and more importantly, how can you identify it? ACT2. The Anatomy of a $1 Million Mistake video transitions to a segment with clear, high-definition close-ups of various Washington quarters, some normal, some with subtle anomalies. The narrator's tone becomes more instructive and precise. Narrator: the story of this particular 2021 P error quarter is a testament to the fascinating imperfections that can arise in the meticulous world of coin production. While the U.S. Mint strives for perfection, sometimes, just sometimes, a tiny anomaly slips through, creating a rarity that collectors will pay astronomical sums to acquire. For the 2021 P Washington quarter, the error we are specifically looking for is related to a particular strike variation that distinguishes it from its millions of perfectly struck counterparts. This isn't about a scratched surface or a bit of dirt. It's about a fundamental difference in how the coin was impressed. The key lies in understanding the subtle, yet distinct, characteristics that set these $1 million quarters apart. Imagine trying to find a needle in a haystack, but that needle, once found, can buy you the entire farm. On-screen graphics highlight specific areas of a coin, pointing out subtle differences between a regular 2021 P and the error variety. The narration guides the viewer through these details. Narrator: look closely at the P Mint mark, which signifies the Philadelphia Mint. While all 2021 quarters struck in Philadelphia will bear this mark, the error variety will exhibit a specific, often minute, characteristic in the way the letter itself is formed or positioned, indicating a die anomaly. Additionally, examine the surrounding fields and the details of Washington's profile and the eagle on the reverse. Certain strike variations, particularly subtle doubling or a slight off-center strike, are the telltale signs. This isn't about being an expert. It's about being informed and meticulous. We're providing you with the exact knowledge you need to transform a casual glance into a potential life-changing discovery. The fear of missing out, of having this treasure pass through your hands unknowingly, is a powerful motivator to pay close attention right now. A visual appears, showing a magnified comparison between a normal P mint mark and the error P mint mark, with clear arrows and labels. The narrator pauses for effect. Take a moment to truly absorb these details. Pause the video if you need to and zoom in on these examples. This is the difference between a few cents and nearly $1 million. Are you feeling that surge of excitement, that thrill of the chase? Because that's what discovering one of these coins feels like. It's not just about the money. It's about the incredible story, the thrill of the hunt, and the satisfaction of uncovering something truly extraordinary. The demand for these coins is incredibly high, driven by serious collectors and investors who understand their immense potential. They are not merely collecting. They are investing in rare assets that consistently outperform traditional markets. A quick, humorous visual. A person squinting intensely at a coin with a magnifying glass that's comically large, perhaps with a thought bubble saying, "Is this it?" Narrator. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. You might be thinking, what if I find one? What do I do next? This is where the true strategic brilliance comes into play. You don't just put it on eBay. The process of liquidating such a valuable asset requires a sophisticated approach to maximize your unlocking your wealth and living the dream. Video transitions to sleek, professional visuals of coin grading services, reputable auction houses, and secure display cases. The narrator's tone becomes empowering and inspiring the moment you suspect you've found one of these extraordinary 2021 P error quarters. Your journey from discovery to financial freedom begins. The first crucial step is professional authentication and grading. Reputable services will meticulously examine your coin, verify its authenticity and error status, and assign it a grade, which significantly influences its market value. Think of it like getting a professional appraisal for a rare piece of art. This step is non-negotiable for realizing its full potential. The urgency to act quickly once you identify a potential error is paramount, as proper handling and preservation are key to maintaining its pristine condition and value. A graphic displays logos of prominent coin grading services and auction houses. Narrator. Once authenticated, your quarter transforms from a mere coin into a verified, highly liquid asset. The next step is connecting with the elite world of numismatic buyers. This is where the power of established auction houses and specialized coin dealers comes into play. These are the gatekeepers to the high-net-worth individuals and serious collectors who are actively seeking these rare treasures, often at any price. We're talking about a global network of eager buyers, ready to compete for the chance to add your $1 million quarter to their collection. This isn't about selling a trinket. It's about strategically positioning a highly demanded asset in a robust, competitive market. Visuals of glamorous auction scenes, successful bidders, and luxury items, reinforcing the wealthy lifestyle theme. Narrator. Imagine the moment the gavel falls, and you realize your humble quarter has just fetched